You guys wanted to do a quick video on ChatGPT. I don't know if anybody's heard about this. It's being talked about a lot. It's pretty impressive. It's an artificial intelligence chat uh, program where you can pretty much talk to it in regular language and it will respond um, in very coherent language. One of the nice features about ChatGPT is that it also codes. So I was going to do a short video on some examples of VBA code because I would figure ChatGPT would not know how to develop in VBA, but then I thought about it some more and I'm like, you know what? There's so many VBA examples out there. I mean, all the scripting languages, VBA and Python and JavaScript, that's probably what ChatGPT does best. So let's just ask it a couple of questions. Some of the things I commonly do in VBA, like I would, like how would I web scrape in VBA? Okay. So it's going through and this is correct. This is exactly how you would do it. Now, if you notice here, right, it set the false flag, which is sets the call to not be asynchronous. Let's see if it can give me an example with an asynchronous call, because that would be a lot more difficult. All right, it's still going on. It's smarter than we are. Wow. That's pretty cool. All right, show me a VBA example of web scraping asynchronously. I spelled asynchronously wrong, but yeah, I'm sure it's smart enough to realize that I'm not as smart as it. I did spell it right. Okay, good. Now, typically what I'll do in VBA is when I'm doing an asynchronous web scrape type of call, I will, yeah, see, this is, technically it is asynchronous, but this is not the way you would want to make an asynchronous call because it defeats the purpose. It's still freezing this particular object. So like what I would normally do is create like a wrapper class for the asynchronous object. So after it's called, you can then wait on the event. And when the event comes back, you could then hijack it and do whatever you need to do with the data. So, I mean, obviously extremely impressive, but not the way you'd want to do it if you didn't understand how to do a correct asynchronous call. Let's think of some other examples to give it the common things like, all right, how do I connect to a database in VBA? Okay, and you see it answers so quickly, and it's the language is perfect. All right, so look, it's even giving me the two libraries that you would commonly use for connecting to databases. ADO is the one that, for the most part, I'll always use, but it gives this DAO, so it's giving a DAO example, and now it looks like it's going to give us an ADO example. So, right, look at this, perfect. Wow. Yeah, and this is where I could see, tools like this being really useful. It's like instead of Googling. I mean, there's sites like connectionstrings.com where you can get these, these variables. So they make that very easy. But I mean, now we're talking about just copying blocks of code and, right into your code base. And then you can, just edit the minor things out. So it's super impressive. Yeah. Just wanted to get that out there today.